this lesson, we're going to explore libraries, which are secondary files containing reusable snippets of code that you can make use of in your sketch. And this creates a very simple, elegant sketch on your end because all of the complicated functions are hidden away in the library. So we're going to learn about finding and using and installing those. All right, libraries primarily consist of two things. The first thing are functions, which are bits of code that are stored in a different file, the library, so that your main sketch isn't as complicated to reference these functions that are stored in the library. And the second thing that libraries provide is example code. And in this lesson, I'm going to cover both. All right, let's get started with the functions. I'm going to Arduino.cc and looking at the page for the Ethernet library. And this is kind of an exceedingly complicated library. There are many, many functions in it. And functions are grouped into groups called classes. So, well, let's just go through it. Basically, this is the library for the Ethernet Shield, which is an add-on board for the Arduino that provides the ability to connect to Ethernet plugs. In other words, they can connect to the internet. Your Arduino can plug into the internet. So here's kind of a wiring diagram of the board so you know where to plug stuff in. And then here are the code examples. Chat server, you can set up your Arduino to serve as a chat server. Basically, just the various things that can be done with the Ethernet Shield. They have created sample sketches so you know how to code it up. All right, now let's look at the functions. You can see them over on the right-hand column here, and there's a whole bunch of them. So this is one of the sketches that is included with the library. And it may not be anything that necessarily interests you, but you could definitely find out how to do a certain thing. Or maybe you could just adapt this code to do what you want. Basically each function within this library has its own page. And this is a really great way to do it because you really delve into each sketch and learn how to use the functions in it. Okay, so how do you install this Ethernet library? Well, chances are it's already on your system because it is one of the standard libraries that ship with Arduino. I'm going to show you another example of a cool library and then show you how to install one. All right. So I mentioned that I worked on a book about adding Arduino control to Lego robotics. And we call that system Bricktronics. And basically it consists of a shield that plugs into various Lego Mindstorms components like motors and sensors. And you can control all those using a standard Arduino sketch. This is the Bricktronics page, and it's showing off all the library examples. The Bricktronics library is cool because not only does it have theoretical example sketches, for instance, this color lamp. It's just showing how to use a standard Lego Mindstorms color scanner or color sensor with your Arduino. But it also has actual robots that we built as part of the book, and so there's example sketches for controlling those robots, like this one. So going back to the page, let's just go over what you get. They show these sketches for the various examples. But then you also have the option to download the library. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you how to install it. Okay, download the Bricktronics Shield. Alright, you downloaded it. Now, I guess I have to find it in my downloads. Here it is. So what do we do with it? Let's drag it onto the desktop for now. Basically, you have to go find where your libraries are under Arduino. On a Mac, it's Documents, Arduino, Libraries. So let's drag Bricktronics into Libraries. And then we're going to restart Arduino. So let's quit that and then reopen it. Alright, so we have a sketch, or a blank sketch page. Now let's go see if Bricktronics showed up. There, see it? There it is. So it has appeared amongst your example sketches. And then it shows the various robots that we built as part of the book. So here's the guitar that I showed you. So that's all the code that you need to run it. So just to recap, you download the file for the library, and then you put it into your folder called Libraries under your Arduino documents, and then you restart the Arduino IDE, and it should be there. I just want to finish up by mentioning that there's a really great list of libraries available on Arduino.cc, and some specializing or that are for specific models of Arduino, but most of them are just standard. And you can find that on Arduino.cc under Reference and then Libraries. That's it for lesson number 2. In lesson 3, we're going to check out some new Arduino functions that you can add to your sketches. We're going to look at comparisons, variables, and if-else statements. Thanks a lot.